Alright guys, we're going to do some upgrades to my mower here. The first thing, let me get you over here and try to open this seat up. Hang on one second. Okay, the first thing is this. When you get these things, they come with a cable right here, and they always break. Everybody will tell you. So I made these two tabs here and up underneath here in Fusion, and then I took a strap and sewed it on my sewing machine and made a nice strap out of it. That's the first one there. I didn't think I was going to make this video, but the rest of it I'm going to show you. That's the only thing we're not going to do on camera, but I wanted to show you what I did there. The second thing, second thing is up here. I had two lights on there. I'll show you the lights. Actually, they're right over here. Those right there. One, I don't know what happened, if we hit a tree branch or what, but it was hanging and eventually it fell off in the yard, and luckily I found it. It was facing up like that out back, or I would have chopped it up. So I found them both, and what we're going to do is I went ahead and got a picture of that roll cage, if you want to call it, and then I brought it into Fusion, and here's what I got. So I made two places here where the lights are going to go, as you can see, and then I downloaded the bad boy words and the bully dog there, whatever they use, off of Google, and then I put it in CorelDRAW and I traced it. I brought it in here as a DXF file, DXF file, and then I extruded it into my plate, so that'll go all the way through. So these other little plates that go around it, we're going to weld to it, and the back piece, we're going to make some tabs on those these little pieces here all the way around. So when we're done with it, we can screw it to those tabs, like here, here, maybe one in the middle, here, there, and then two up top probably. And then we can screw our back panel on, so you won't see any of the wires or anything like that. And that'll go right up in that tubing. Actually, we can do this. Let me see if I can't. Well, I done moved it, but there's the picture I brought in there. Hang on, let's do this. See if I can't go like, so it'll go right in there. And that's what it'll look like. Pretty cool. So once I take the picture, if you guys are interested, like I said, please jot it down in the comments there, and I'll go through the whole procedure with you if you're interested in seeing how this all works. But I can show you the way I do it. You know, there's 100 different ways on the internet, but anyhow, I'll bring the picture into Fusion, and then I'll do a measurement on the mower. And what you do is you go in here and hit calibrate, and you'll put your 2 points of where you measured, and that's what you'll make your measurement. And then it'll be proportioned to scale, because this piece here is like 30 inches by I think 5 or 6, and then it's 2 inches thick because the cage is 2-inch tubing. But I made it to where when it's all put together, it should fit in between all the tubes. It should. Here's what I got going on. We can cut that off now, that sketch. But so if we take, and these are not all the way together, but if we measure from here to there, it's 2.075. But if you look, there's gaps everywhere. I just got it kind of together. And if I have to, we'll take these little pieces and grind them a little bit on the belt sander before we weld them to the front. Because I'm going to weld them to the front plate, all of them, and then the back will screw on. So what we'll do now is I'll get it over to the crossfire, and we'll get this bad boy cut out. All right, give me a few, and we'll get set up over there, and I'll bring you back. All right, sorry about all the fan noises. It's pretty humid out today, but I'm gonna need the help of my buddy here. I put 2 clamps on this sheet. This is 3/16, pretty heavy. There's no way I'm gonna get that on there by myself. Okay, we're gonna crank that up, and we'll bring it up there. I gotta clean off my my weld table a little bit real quick first, because it's gotta slide over onto it, and I got a bunch of crap on it. So give me a few, I'm gonna get that cleaned up, and then we'll get this on top. Be right back. Okay, let's try to get this bad boy on here. I gotta get these brakes fixed. So we crash into something here, I gotta hold it in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna slide it from there. Let's try that. Yeah, there's a couple projects that need to be done. I like to get, you know what, I probably should have brought this thing up and down. It's hard to see from in here. All right, let's try that. Yeah, that thing is heavy, really heavy. Let me try to put this. Now I'm going to smash my fingers. Try to have some kind of... Oh boy. All right, let me get this thing out of the way. I'll get that situated and I'll bring you back. I just wanted to show you how I do it by myself. Okay, let me show you kind of how I do this. I got it zeroed, but I cut my laser on. That's why I had to take my cup off, because you wouldn't see the lights that would cover it. That's the only bad thing about running that, but it does keep down the crap. So I'll usually set it, and then I'll take my little mini keyboard here, and I just walk it along the side, make sure it's within, you know what I mean? Because some of this metal is not cut good. Okay, then we'll try it up this way. Just so I know it's square on the table when I cut it. Okay, so we're good there. So now I already zeroed it, so I'll just go back to 0. I'll cut my light off and then put my cover back on. And I got it setting right about where the tip of the cutter is, just below it, so it's not dragging nothing. Okay, so this is all ready. I'm gonna pull up in Fusion and see, put our layout on here, because I'm only gonna be able to, I'm gonna try to set it up all flat where I can cut them all out at once. We'll see. Let me get it set up. I don't want to have that same mistake we had on the swivel plate. So let me do that and make sure I pick and choose everything good. And like I said, everybody makes mistakes, and I'm one of them. And I'll be glad to show you guys whenever I make them. So let me set that, and I'll bring you right back, and we'll get this thing cut out. All right, so I had to, and I'll show you in a minute, I completely forgot that this steel is for, we got 2 projects coming up, and this is part of one of them. So I had to utilize and turn it a different way. I'll show you. I had to change the steel around on the table, and I cut it. So I got a piece back there that's okay, and another piece down here. Hopefully we should be able to get what we need out of them on our next projects. If not, I'll have to go down to Doug's at Pickway and pick up a little more piece. But because I still have 2 big old pieces in there for the other project, so we should be good. But I got it all set up. Fingers crossed. I think I got everything good. It's showing all my cuts. Let's go for it. I'm gonna turn you around over here, and we're gonna get this bad boy fired up. All right, here we go. right, I want you guys to see something here. I have my fingers crossed. This is what I did yesterday. This is the next day, by the way. I didn't do this all yesterday because I had to change that around and I ran out of time. But anyways, I done this layout yesterday and this one today, and I chose the wrong one. Here's the one I had today. As you can see, the two little pieces are up top. Everything is more utilized on the steel. Let me set the... So, luckily it worked out. The only problem we got, it's not a problem, but there's a little piece of steel over here that I could have made use of it better. So, but anyways, it did cut everything nice. I wanted you guys to see that it could have been bad. Not bad, but I could have lost out on some steel. This stuff ain't cheap. But nevertheless, we got it cut. I'm gonna get all this stuff cleaned up. We'll get this all. It's all nice. I mean, it cut it beautiful. Well, I'll let you guys see it. I'm just pushing it out with my finger. So it did work out great. Like I said, I'm gonna get it cleaned up and I'll bring you guys back when we're over there. That way I can get all this stuff out real good. You guys don't want to watch all that crap. But yeah, let me do that and I'll get you guys back here shortly. Okay. All right, got these scraped off. Now I'm gonna take them across this belt sander just a little bit. Do this one first. Check that out. I'm gonna let that cool a second on that side. I usually just put it in the water, but since I'm recording this, I want to show you guys. I'm barely pushing on it. Got nice and clean. All right, I'm gonna finish this one up. I'll bring you back over here. Okay, here's what we got. There's our back plate. Looks pretty good. I went ahead and took that little chamfer tool and went around the outside of the front. But one thing with that tool is you got to make sure you clean your edges first before you go around and do that, or it'll give you a funky looking thing. Now I didn't realize that, so I had to go back over it with the 36 DA and kind of clean it a little bit because it gave me a weird deal there. So anyhow, got it looking good. Looks pretty good. Both sides are cleaned up nice. And then these are going to be our end pieces. Those will go like on the sides there. Like I said, these will get welded to the front plate, all this stuff. This one, the bottom, the top. We'll weld that on there and do it the same way as we did the vise. After we weld it, we'll clean it up smooth. And then once that stuff's on there, we'll get the, yeah, them all fit good. I think this one went on the bottom. One of them went on the bottom, one of them went on the inside. I got to figure it out. When the back goes on it, it sits flush. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So anyhow, once that goes on there, the lights will mount to the bottom plate and they'll be right through the holes. And then this top plate will have holes in it that mounts to the chassis or to the tube frame there. And so will these two little small ones here. They'll have a hole in there and we'll bolt into the sides. So all this is solid. And then our back, what we'll do is we'll weld little, I ain't decided if I'm going to do like little, make some things on the lathe or something, like with threads in it, like a little round tube, and then we'll tack those, you know, we'll weld them to the plate everywhere around. So when we put that back plate on, we just screw right into those. So I'll figure all that, show you guys once I figure it out. But I'm gonna take this over to the mower, not these, but these two here, just so we can see what it looks like. So I'll bring you guys back over there. Okay, let's check these. So this one, it's gonna be hard to do this. From here, that one will go there, like that. It's hard to see it. I'm trying to hold it. That one will go there. And what's cool is the lights aim down to the yard when they're on, so that's gonna be real nice. I'll be able to, and plus they'll still be, we can take the back panel off and adjust them if we want to shoot them, you know, how we want to adjust them. Because that bottom plate on those lights, yeah, see, it's got those, we can unloosen those and it'll churn for us. We can go up and down, you know, up and down, however we want it. So, yeah, these I had, hopefully you guys can see that. I can't see if it's in camera or not. These I had, the way I had them mounted before was kind of hokey dokey. So I'm gonna have to take these off, clean those both sides, re-drill my hole so we can bolt them down to that inner, whatever it is, 1 7/8 thick plate, and then that'll mount it there. So, all right, well, I don't know what I'm all gonna do today on it, but if we do any more, I'll bring you back. The next thing is gonna be welding that stuff on there, figuring out how we're gonna bolt it to the, I might put those, you drill a hole and then you take your, it's like a threaded rivet is what it is. You drill a hole and then I got a tool that smashes in the thread, and then we'll be able to just screw right into it. Because on the sides here, I think there's a little gap, so we'll have to make a little bit of either a washer or a shim in between the housing and the cage. So when we tighten it up, it doesn't, you know, it's tightening against something, not just a big gap. So we'll figure all that out. But like I said, another thing we got to figure out is, I ran my wire when I had these on the last time, and I think they go, I don't know where the holes are. Where in the world? Huh, I know there was holes in here. Or did I go through the sides here? I just can't see. Oh yeah, we got two right on the back. So I'm gonna probably take and plug those with something, like little push-ins or something. I'll make something on a 3D printer, because I don't want just two holes there. They're just small. They're like less than 3/8, a little more than 1/4 inch, probably 3/16 or whatever it is. But anyhow, the new holes will be in here, so the wire can come out and hook to our light. But the wire's in there, so I got to figure out. I'm gonna have to run redo this. The way I did it before is I pulled this tube, this apart, and then I ran it through there and pulled them through. So we'll have to fish them back through. So we'll do all that fun stuff. All right, let me figure out what I'm gonna do next. We'll probably go start welding these, and I'll bring you guys back over there. Okay, I ran these through the sandblaster a little bit, and that scale is very hard to get off, so I'm going to hit them with a little bit of 36 real quick and see how it does. So I'm mainly going to just make it to where, you know, our powder is going to stick to it. So I'm going to continue to do that real quick, and then we're going to take it over to the mower for a second just to get some measurements. Actually, we may start welding the tabs on it, so let me get that sanded real quick, and then I'll bring you guys right back, just so you're not watching me sand all this. That's going to take me at least 20 minutes or so, but I'll be back shortly. All right, little update, guys. Hopefully you can hear me. I had to cut new side pieces. They had to be 3 inches, because I'll show you once I cut them, the thickness of the light. I didn't even think about it, so my mistake. Anyways, I'm cutting them out now. I'm gonna clean them up and I'll bring you guys back and I'll show you why. But that's why the light's too thick, and so now the box, the light mount's not gonna be right in between the cage. It's gonna be about a 1/4 inch gap out in the back and out in the front, which still be fine, but I should have thought about that before. I'll bring you back in a few. All right, let me show you what's going on here. So there's what we look like with the lights mounted. That's going to be sweet. Okay, so here's the problem we had. If I can do this real quick, I gotta get used to this thing. I don't use it enough. So you see the distance between where the back panel is going to go. I can't really put it up because I'm going to hit these magnets. But if you look here, before, imagine that being to here, 2 inches. So the light was hanging out. I don't know how, why, I didn't think about that, but so there you have it. I had to recut those, just the 2 long ones and the 2 little short ones. So, but we're good to go now. And like I said, it's not going to hurt anything. It'll overhang maybe about 1/16 of an inch to 1/4 on the front of the cage, and then on the back too. So it'll be like a lip. But it's the only way you can do it. The only place that we'll have like where you can see in there will be right in through here a little bit, where we ain't gonna have no plate, because that little one comes up to here and the top one comes into there. So we'll have this corner where the curve is, a little gap there, but it's black, so you know what I mean. So I think it's gonna be fine. It's just a lawnmower with a light panel, you know what I mean? If I had a bunch more time, I'd probably make another piece here and curve it kind of like we did this on the vise. I ain't showed you guys just yet because I ain't posted this video yet, but I curved those and put them in. The vise is looking awesome, guys. There's what it looks like so far. It's gonna be a bad boy, real bad boy. Anyhow, that's what I would have done if I would have had really the time. I don't have the time. Maybe one day when this is all an everyday thing, we can start, you know, doing things like that, but for right now I can't. So anyhow, I'm not too concerned about it. This is going to be just fine. I'm going to set the welder up real quick. We'll get this tacked. We'll get this welded on that plate. And then what I done here was I left a V in the front so I can weld that up, and then I'm going to grind it smooth like we did on a lot of the areas here. Sorry, like we did on a lot of the areas here on the vise. So we'll have smooth areas like that. Same thing. So let me get set up with the welder, and then I'll bring you guys back. That is going to be sweet. Okay, went ahead and got some on the front there too, just so it's a little stronger. Now, get on there. Actually, I'm gonna bring that in just a hair, just so we have a gap down there. Not much, just a little. I need to do that side too. And that'll give me something to... I think I already had that one like that. Yep. Okay. Don't hit it. Let's see. Oh, I got that one tighter. Okay, now bum, 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 bum. Nice. That is going to be nice. Oh yeah. One thing. Yep, perfect, man. Perfect. Okay, now we need to bring this flat. Let me put my... I don't know that I'm going to need that bigger magnet. I think I can do it with that one. That's what that's going to be, guys. I'm going to go ahead and, because I got to clean this up a little bit on the back side. Let me do that real quick. I'll weld that on there, and I'll bring you guys back over at the mower where we can start figuring out where it's going to go, because we need to drill some holes in this where it's going to be, I can mark the chassis so we can put those inserts in, and then I don't know if I'm going to need a bushing to make for the sides, because there's a little teeny gap on both sides there, and I don't want it to be a gap, so I'm going to make a little bushing for it probably, or something. So I'll bring you back over there. All right, guys, first look. That's going to be sweet. So let me show you what we got going on here. So there's, I don't know, I might be making a piece and curving it and filling that in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stand that part. So, because that's going to be the only thing there and there. So I might do that and finish it up and just weld it into everything and grind it up nice and smooth. You know what I mean? So everywhere else is, you know, closed in. Why not? So, but if you look at it, let me try to get this. This is really weird here, but it's about even in between. That's what I was talking about right there. That's the gap we're going to have. But that's nothing. I don't think it's going to look bad at all. Yeah, I really don't. So, yeah, I don't think there's any concerns. That's cool. Real cool. Well, hopefully Bad Boy or somebody sees this and they get an idea and they start making them. They got like a speaker bar that you could buy to put up there, but I ain't seen nothing like this where, you know, But I got, you know, how I did that cut through with the Bad Boy and the Bully Dog or Pit Bull, whatever that is. All of their metals cut like that. The Outlaw there, the Outlaw there. There's another one under the seat. So I just kind of followed the theme and did the same thing. And I think I have this orange in a powder, or close to it anyways. That spoiler there, I did something a while back for I forget what we did it for, but the orange was really close to that. That's an aftermarket piece there. You don't get them with these mowers. That spoiler, I bought that additional when I got the mower at the time, so I just thought it was pretty cool. I didn't have none of my stuff back then, or I could have made that by myself, you know what I mean? Because I paid like, I think $200 or $250 for that spoiler. It wasn't cheap. But it's thick. It's just like this metal here. It ain't no, you know, some thin piece of crap. Look at it. It's I think it's at least an 1/8 or 3/16 thick too. I believe it's the same as that. Yeah, it looks like it. So, okay. It's getting a little late in the day today. I wasted a lot of time having to recut those pieces. Like I said, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to mark it. Well, actually, I got to pull it back down and drill some holes first. I just wanted to see what it looked like first, but then I'll put it back up, mark the chassis, and where we're going to be putting our holes at. I'll cut those 2 corner pieces out, bend those. I'll bring you guys back when I'm bending them so you can see how I did it on the vise, because I never showed it on the vise. So I'll show you how I do that. It's just in that little finger brake. I just do a little at a time in the brake there, and curve, you know, put little marks in it, and you guys will see. And then we'll just fit it, weld it in, smooth with the rest of it, and make it all one uniform piece. I think it'll look better instead of those gaps up there. So it's a little more time than I wanted to have in it. I wanted to have this thing done, but might as well do it right. So I'm doing some other stuff to it too. I got to change the hydraulic fluid. I had to wait on filters. So I got everything opened up. So doing some work to it anyways. So yeah, I'll bring you back tomorrow when I'm cutting those pieces and bending them. All right, guys, I want to show you here. I made the one side. I'm going to show you how I did it. So I left a gap. I kind of V-notched it so I can penetrate good in between. So when I grind it, it's you know, nice. Now this area here, what we'll probably do is clamp the whole thing back into the cage again, and then we'll set this this plate we made on both sides, because I had to notch that where the cage starts to bend there, and it was hitting, so I had to notch that out. So we may have to do a little bit more in this one. I don't know yet. So we'll wait. We won't weld that in until we get this back into the cage first, clamp it in, and then we'll see if we got to mark that or not. If not, then we'll weld it. If we do, we'll notch it, then weld it. So let me set the camera up over here at the finger brake, and I'll show you how I was doing this. Give me a few. All right, so the way we do this is I put it I'll set it in the thing right here where it goes. And we'll kind of see where the first bend's got to be. Kind of going to guess here. And then I'll mark it. And I'm marking on the back side. So I'm just kind of going to guess the other side like that. Now, we'll just take it over here. Now what I've done in here was I stacked these, the angles. So I can, because it's a shorter area. What comes with this is like a 3x3, I believe, angle that you build this with. So if you put it in there, well, you get what I'm saying. I got to lift that up to show you, but so if I put it in there, it'll probably come into here somewhere. So you stack smaller of angle in it, and then we can hit it. I think I got the small one in there. Yeah. Nope, maybe not. What did I do with it? Thought I had it in there. Where did I put that thing? Oh, right here. I just get it to where it stops, and then I'll look on the side, and I just take it a little bit at a time, because you can always go back and do a tiny bit more, you know what I mean? You don't want to overdo it, because then you got a mess. Now this one here's out a little, so I got to kind of go off of, let's do the next one, right about, I don't know, 1/2 inch up maybe. That's about right. I might have took this first one a little too much. I'm going to see right here in a second. If so, I'm going to pound that out a little bit with the hammer. And then it just starts, no, it straightened it out actually. And it just starts to curve it. Just real slow and easy the whole way up. And once we get it to curve real nice up in here, we can put it on the outside and start putting our marks in it. However, whatever's easiest and best, it works. You know, whatever works. Let's put one. It's kind of hard with this thing sticking out, not in the right place. I'm gonna have to tap it in with the hammer. So I'm gonna go off of the face, actually. That one's about 4 7/8. Okay. Now I can take the skinny one out and use the next row. I'll forget where I put that again. You watch. I hold it up against the V on the die. That way my lines are where I want it. And as you get going up towards the middle, up in here, it bends easier. So as you can see, it's starting to curve really good. So you got to kind of watch it, not to overdo it. And I found that usually like 1/2 inch increments, what I've been doing is the best. If you want to get a smoother curve with it, about 4 1/8. Anything more gives you sharp edges on the outside, and then you got to grind it and clean it, which we're going to grind it, clean it anyways, but I'm just saying, why make more work for yourself? Yeah, she's going now. I got to straighten that one out. It's throwing me off. We'll do one more here and you get the picture. I don't want to waste a bunch of space on the sim. Okay, 3 3/8. Now I'm gonna flip it the other way just because either way is gonna work now. I'm starting to get a nice curve. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'll bring you back when we clamp it back on the frame, on the tubing there, and we'll get our see if we got a nachos or not. Be back shortly. Okay, guys, I got this clamp back on. Once I got it on here, I had to trim a little more off. So this side's ready. I'm gonna try and cover with my gloves so I don't get stuff everywhere with the welds, because I want to tack it on while it's on here, just so we know everything's in place. Let me go grab a magnet. 1 second. Okay, let's get this bad boy on. This side's ready. I kind of got the camera. I don't know if it's going to be strong enough. Let's try this way. I can get it tacked in one spot. Yeah, I want that to stay up so I can cover it with my glove. You know what? Let me do this. These will work. I love these vice grips. They self-adjust. Pretty cool. I'm leaving a little gap on both sides so that I can, you know, get a good feel and penetrate good. There we go. All right, ground's on, helmet. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, I'm going to, same thing. I just wanted you guys to see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna put that one up, trim it if need be, clamp it up there, get it spot welded on, and we're gonna take this back over to the table, and then we're gonna get it all welded up, and then we're gonna pre-drill some holes in it, in our side here, a couple up top, another side there, and that way we can bring it back, clamp it, and mark our tubing so we can put our inserts in, our threaded rivets, inserts. So I'll get that tacked and I'll bring you guys back here in a few. All right, guys, here's what we got. And I'll go over this real quick with you. Let me grab the camera and I'll take you around. Okay, so here's what we've done so far. I still got some little bit of cleaning to do, but it's looking really nice. I got the back magneted on. Here's basically what I do. If you don't want to go watch any of my other videos, that's fine. That's messed up though if you don't. So I'll start with this and I'll go through and I'll clean my welds down just to where I'm not taking it off, but I'll get it to where it smooths out here, and then I'll blend into it with the metal. And then after that, if I have to, I'll use like a 36, 80 wheel, whatever, some more with that. Whatever we got to use here to get it right. And then I'll take 36 on this DA and go back around it, which I got to do some more of that. And I got a weld on the inside, on the back side of all of it. And then I'm going to go back through. There's a couple of right through here. By the way, I got myself with this again in one of my other videos. You can go see that. No gloves.
finger got too close, tore it up again. Think I'd learn after 6,048 times. All right, so there's some couple little pits in there from the weld. I'm gonna hit them a little bit. I think there may be one down here, couple right here. There's like 3 there, a few, like a couple here. So I'll hit those, re-clean them, hit them with the 36 again. I'm not concerned about getting this completely flat because once we smooth this out with some 80, the DA, once we smooth this out with some 80 with the DA, and it's only going to be hanging out this much on this side and that much on that side. Once the powder coat fills it too, you're never going to, that's going to look, because you're going to mainly be looking at the front and the back. So I'm not too concerned about all that, but we'll get it nice and close so where it's looking good. And like I said, that'll be the end of it. So now what we're going to do, like I said, I am going to finish welding the back side of this and do what I just told you. And once I clean that up close, I'll bring you back when we're figuring out where our holes are going to be at so we can pre-drill them in this, and then we'll take it back over to the mower, clamp it back on, mark our holes, drill those and put the little thread rivets in. And then we'll mount it once just to see where everything's at, make sure it all fits good. And then we'll figure out a way to make the back, how we're going to bolt it to the, once we mount it and get our wires hooked up, close the back off. We'll get that figured out last. Once that's all figured out, we'll throw it in the, we'll do one more final clean on it, wipe it down, and get our powder coat on it. Get that in the oven and then get it on the mower. It's done. But today it's getting late and I still got to drain my hydraulic fluid. I'm past my 50-hour maintenance on that thing. God, I hope it's okay. And I want to get that changed out real quick, and then maybe tomorrow we'll do some more work on it. We'll see. But when I do, you guys will be back with me. Thanks for hanging out and watching this, guys. I hope this inspires some of you guys, and maybe even, you get those of you that have bad boys, you can do something like this, or, find someone to do the stuff you can't do and then do the rest yourself and hook your mower up with some lights for nighttime stuff. But they are going to adjust nice in here. If you want to go completely all the way to the grass or up further, straight ahead of you, they'll be adjustable. Just pop the back panel off, make your adjustments, put your back panel on it, and you're done. So all the wires hidden, all that'll be hidden. It'll come through it'll come through the top somewhere. We'll make a hole in there where our wire will come down and hook up through there. You won't even see it because this goes pretty flat to the top. So yeah, it's looking good, guys, really good. I'm so glad I decided to do these. I couldn't stand it when it was on there. I really didn't have time to do all that, but it's do it or have it look crappy. And I'm always going to look at it, and it's going to be sticking out like a sore thumb. So, all right, I'll bring you back I don't think today, so probably tomorrow. We'll get back on it. Thanks again, guys. Okay, I went around and marked 1 on each side at the bottom. I got 3 across the top marked, but I was debating whether I should just do 2, but I guess we can do 3. 1 more is not going to hurt it. So I'm going to pre-drill the holes. I was going to hit them with that little center punch thing, but really I don't think there's no need in it. Yeah, let's do it. Keep my bit from walking. Keep my hand steady enough. I've had a couple people ask about how the table's doing since the upgrade. I'm going to post a little bit of an update thing at the end of this video for you guys, just so you know how it's working. Honest Abe review. Yeah, that's much better. Actually, I'm going to drill the 2 side ones, and then I'm going to set the top ones up in the mill. It'll be easier, with the downforce. I want to get one of those magnetic drills here one of these days. That Vever.com, they got a bunch of stuff that's like half price, man. I got my the power feed for I forget what axis that is, where the table goes up and down. But I got that for $100 there, and that thing works super nice. So let me drill these 2 at the ends. I'll set this up over there and bring it back real quick. Okay, I got the ones done over there. This is kind of tricky because it's kind of flimsy. Oh, that was better than that bit, the first bit. I'm gonna go, I think this is quarter, this one first, and then 3/8. I'm putting 3/8 bolts in it. That's what we got in these. Guess what I forgot? Okay. Let's see if... Yep, we're going to drop it some. Okay, I'm gonna clean up the holes a little bit, and then I'm gonna get it clamped on the cage over there so we can make our marks. So let me do that real quick, and then I'll bring you guys back. Oh, that ain't, yeah, there it goes. No, it ain't. Okay, got this clamped on. I'm hoping this thing will mark it enough. And I'm hoping for it to be, I'm just kind of going around the hole like in a circular motion, and this one can't do that. It's too long. Let me get it in the vicinity here. The side ones are okay because we got plenty of room. These don't. What do I get? What do I do? Let me try to get see if I got a shorter one over here. Maybe. Thought I had one that was half empty. Are these shorter? Maybe. Let's try these. They're silver, but I'll take it if it's gonna fit. Let's see. Yeah. Yep, we're good. We can center punch them all, just so we know. Okay, I'm gonna unclamp this. I'm gonna drill the holes in here. Then I'll bring you back when I'm putting the threaded inserts in. Be back shortly. All right, guys, I went ahead and did them all except for one. I'm going to show you how it works. So you shut these all the way. You screw your, and there's different dies for that. You screw that down. And you get it in the hole. Give it a little more tightening. And start low. So you can get it to start to rivet, like, because it's hard, especially this way. Just go a little at a time. Jeez, my arms are so tired from doing the other ones. And you'll know when you get to the where it ain't gonna go no more, because it's even harder to do. So that's it right there. So they're all in. I gotta find some 3/8/16 bolts, and we can bolt that baby in just to see how it fits. So let me find some bolts, be back shortly. All right, guys, we got her bolted on here. Everything fit up pretty good. What I'm thinking about doing here with these little gaps, it's like, well, one side's thinner than the other. So this side may be good with like a washer thickness, but what I was thinking about doing was whatever I put on there, like weld it to it so it's part of it. So let me see if I can't figure out a way to do this and get a decent reading. Yeah, that might work. But I don't know. So about 165 on this side. And I bet this is going to be about a washer here. Yeah, I'll probably just get like a washer on this side. And I also tightened this up already. Let me loosen these up a little bit. I'm wondering if I didn't suck it in a little bit. Yeah, see, that let it out. I bet that changed everything. Yeah, 175. And about 125. Okay, yeah, let me try to find something to put in there, and then we'll and tack it to the housing. That way we ain't trying to, you know, fish it in there and stuff and get the bolt in there. It'll be nicer just to weld it to the housing. So I'm going to try to find those thicknesses. I'm going to take it back off. We'll get it over to the welding bench, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, I took a bolt and a nut to hold these washers in place. I'll show you guys after I'm done. I bring the camera on this side, but welding is welding, for one. For two, I don't know what I did, but I'm using my phone here, and I either got grind marks or weld splatter, and it hit the back of my phone and I messed it up. So I don't want to do any more damage to it, so I'm trying to keep my distance with it until I get something else set up better. I'm going to eventually do, like, put some drops down around the areas I work, because I need to bring some another airline here, because I'm finding myself bringing the one from over there a bunch, and I got to get my 220 for my table set up, and my the 110 for the computer and the system on the Crossfire Pro table there. So those are going to be projects in the near future. But I'll get these tacked in place, and then I'll show you what I've done. I swear this helmet, there it goes. You got to have it turned up all the way. And then I can't see a thing. I'm going to try and do the same type of thing where I grind around it. Okay. I'm going to get the other one welded on. I'll clean them up real quick the same way we do them, and I'll bring you guys back. No sense in really going through all that on video. We've done it a million times. The only other thing I got to do to this thing is I'm going to weld this across the bottom solid and clean it up with the grind, and then I'm going to weld on the back side of it. Yeah, the only other thing I want to do is weld across the bottom of this solid, and so we can grind and clean it, and then I'm going to put some welds on the back side of it. And sorry, but you guys are probably going to kill me, but I have decided to paint this. Reason being, because I do want to swipe it with some mud, for one. For two, this was supposed to be a quick project so I can get a video out, and it's turned into a drug out thing, just like everything else I do. So, and also I'm thinking seriously about painting the vise too. Let me tell you why. I found some good matches with the bottom of it, and then I don't have to work as hard on grinding the metal, if it makes any sense. I'd rather powder coat it, but it's going to be easier for me to just swipe it, smooth it out, paint it, and then throw a clear over it. And next good thing to that is, if I do want to touch it up in the future quickly, like to make it look clean again or whatever, I can just hit it with the same can. Same thing with this, if branches hit it or whatever. Where if it's the powder coat, sure, it will be more durable, I agree, but there's no just touch it up like that. I got to live with the scratches, and I've tried, trust me, people have said that Kubota orange and this one here, it's called Alice Chalmers, I think it's a tractor. They say this is the closest one to the powder coating that's on that mower. I haven't tried it yet, but we'll see. But a lot of people, you can't just go over the powder coat and make it match right. You got to paint a whole section of it. So anyways, it's just going to be easier and quicker. I think it's still going to look perfectly fine. The vise is going to look perfectly fine and work perfectly fine. So everything's just going to end up going faster. I got these other projects I want to get on, and I'm not trying to rush these. Trust me, don't get me wrong there. Like I said, it's still going to be fine the way we're going to do them, because I am going to put a clear coat over both of them. So it's going to be even nicer, which then again, we're getting into more, another step, but still, like I said, I'll be able to touch it up. So like I said, I'm gonna get this other side welded on that washer. I'll clean these up. I'm thinking about go ahead and weld this shut here and finish all my welding. So when I bring you back, we should be just swiping mud on it. We'll be getting ready to swipe some mud on it, buzz that off, put a little primer on it, and then get the color on it. This thing will be done. And then I can post this video and get back into this the vise one. Reason why I stopped on the vise one and try to get this quickly out for you guys, another video, because I was waiting on another set of needle bearing on the end there. It was dragging and it was weird, so I wanted to make sure all that was correct before I finished it all off. So I ordered another set from McMaster Car. And it was fine. I put it in there and everything's great now. So, all right, I'm going to get this finished welded, and I'll bring you guys back here shortly. Okay, we got her all welded up. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. By the way, I wanted to tell you guys a little trick. Some of you might already know, some might not, but if you got cool metal after you go welding, or if you got any kind of hot metal, if you put it on top of cool metal, it'll help transfer the coolness of that metal into that heated one quicker, and it'll cool it off a lot faster. Just wanted to throw that little tip out to you guys. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up, and then I'm gonna bring you back after I figure out what we're doing to mount this back panel on, what we're gonna use. So I'll figure that out and I'll bring you guys back. We'll get that done, and then we'll clean it up a little bit, swipe a little bit. I'm probably just gonna swipe some on the outside here on the part where we did a lot of welding and stuff. It don't feel bad, but like I said, it'll just be quicker for me to swipe it, sand it real quick, throw a little primer on it. We'll scuff that and then shoot it. Then mount that bad guy up there. We still gotta make the 2 holes for the lights too, which is no big deal. So, like I said, I bet that's already cooling off. Yeah, it's already, look, I can touch it that quick just by putting it on and if you move it to a cooler part, it's just even faster. But, okay, let me get that part finished up there and I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, so what I've done was, I had to go get a bunch of these pan head bolts, or screws, I'm sorry. And I just cut on the lathe. I got some piece of solid rod and I drilled a hole in it and I tapped it to 1/4 thread. And what we'll do is we'll take these and we'll weld them in probably both of the corners down there. I think I'm doing total 8. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe 6, 7. We'll figure it out. Wherever we're going to weld them at, we'll weld them all in place. And then I'll take a piece of like a cardboard, and then we'll put a little bit of oil around these whatever you want to call them, inserts, whatever, and then we'll just set that cardboard on there, the exact piece. Like we'll make a template of that. Then we'll set it on there, and we'll push them down over the little things, and then we can transfer it over to this, and we'll center punch it, and make it, and drill it, and then what we'll do for the pan head to sink down into the plate there, we'll recess it down some. Now I only got, it's probably going to work out real close to being, I doubt it's going to be super flush, but we'll get it close because that's not that thick of a panel to make it fully that thick. And that's the only ones they had that were stainless over at Rural King last night when I got them. So I'm gonna finish. I got 5 more of these to tap. I already have them cut. Well, oh, there's one inside of the chuck. So that's all I did was just drill I think it was 5/32 or something like that, the bit that I used, so I can tap into 1/4. I can check for sure. But anyways, I just got to clean the end off there where I cut them off and tap the rest of these, clean them, and then we can set them in our spot there. I'll bring you guys back after I get most of them welded in, pretty close to the last one, so you can see what I've done there. And then we'll go to the next step. I got to find a piece of cardboard to get that, to make our template. That's the only way I could think to do it, because I was thinking maybe I can just get into the fog light hole, or whatever they are, fog light, LED lights, and try to get something in there, but I can't get my hands in there to every single one to get behind them to make a mark. Plus then I would have to find something to go through that little hole, make it perfectly in the center. You know what I mean? There's just more to that, doing it that way. I figured the oil thing and then setting the cardboard down and pushing it, we should get a good thing. Maybe even a little paint. I'll get a marker or something. I got them paintable markers, and those might transfer to the cardboard better. We'll see. But let me get these cleaned and tapped, and I'll bring you back right when I'm towards the end of the welding them into where they're going to be in the housing. Okay, I'm going to take you guys around. All right, let me show you what I got going on here. So I put a washer on top of and put a bolt in it so I can get some kind of a flatness out of it. Let me try to zoom out here a little bit. So, but we got them all in. I just put like tacks on each side of the barrels. I'm gonna call them barrels from now on. And as you can see, we got 7 of them, 4 across the bottom, 3 across the top. I think that's gonna be plenty. Yeah, so next move, I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool a second, and then I'm gonna find a piece of poster board or cardboard or something, and then we'll go through and figure out what we're going to use to put on top of those areas to mark our holes. So give me a few, I'm going to find some stuff and cut a pattern out, because I'm going to use that the back wall to make the correct pattern for it. So all we got to do is put it right back on it and center punch where the holes are going to go, and then we'll try to get that thing mounted in the mill somehow. I got some mechanics jacks maybe we can put on each end, or stack up some steel or something, but I don't know, we'll figure it out. That way we can get a good, solid, because I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm going to have to bevel or recess the holes for the our pan head. So let me find something for the pattern here, and I'll bring you back shortly. All right, guys, let me show you some of the genius ideas I've done here. Okay, so I got these little magnets. I got them for, like, when I 3D print stuff, you can use them to put them, like, to put panels on the back of something, or whatever. But anyways, I got other sizes too. So I put that on the back side of that, and I magneted it all the way around the lip, and then I just kind of push my finger around all the barrels. So now the next genius idea, I got this little kit, pretty cool little punch kit for using in the vinyl on the upholstery stuff. So I put that end on there. It's a little bit smaller there than the hole, because this actually fits where the thread is of the barrel. These became just a little bit larger because of the drawing, because of the the way it is, because they're kind of beveled in. So what we'll do is, it's got a little pointy center punch thing on it too. We'll try to find our center here and put a little poke in it. Try to get me close. And that looks about good there. And voila, we have our hole. So now what we'll do after we do all those, we'll magnet it to the back plate, and then I'll mark the holes, and then we'll center click them with the center punch. And that'll give us a pretty precise location of where we have to drill our holes. There's a little, it should be fine. I mean, hopefully we ain't got to, maybe if we have to file a little hole or something to get one to fit good, but I think we'll be fine. I think this will work out pretty good here. They're not real super tight clearances, you know what I mean? So I think we'll be good. So all right, so what I'll do is I'll finish punching those out, and then when I get ready to put it on the backside and mark that, we'll go through all that real quick, and then we'll get it over on the mill and get our drilling done. And then after that, I'm pretty much going to clean up a little bit. I did weld that whole bottom front, so I'll go ahead and clean that stuff up off camera and get it kind of ready for the mud. And I'll wash it real good with a solvent to get the mud to stick decent. And then I'll bring you guys back. We'll put some mud on it, just buzz that stuff off, and then shoot some primer. Get the primer on there so that way it'll set up where we can sand it and then put our new powder coat on it. All right, bring you back shortly. Okay, got it on there. I doubled up on the magnets, like around the holes, and just spread them out pretty good. Kind of pushed out on it as I did it, just so I knew it was on there nice and even. Now the tricky part's going to be this, trying to get this thing right in the center, or close to it as we can. Well, that one went all right. Hopefully they all go like that. That is going to be tough. And this thing is funny for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with it. And I like it because it's got a bigger barrel thing on it. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this thing. Cheapy. As long as it keeps doing that. I don't know what the heck it's doing. What in the world? I got this one. There we go. Okay. Like I said before, I think if they're... Man, what's going on here? I think if they're close, I think we'll be fine. I got this one tiny bit to the left. If I can help it, I don't want to... I'll straighten it out with the drill bit, hopefully. I know they're called something where you can get what I'm doing here right in the center. I'm not sure what they call that, but I've seen other people use it. Man, come on. It looks like it's right on it, and then when you go click it, it's a tiny bit to the, and then it starts doing that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is gonna go right in one place. And I think that's the trash can. Sit here and pull with this all day. Ah! Let's see if they're all junk. I don't even know where I was. Right here. Nope. That one's actually pretty nice. Where was you at when I needed you? And it lets me manipulate the hole a little bit, get it right where I need it. Yeah. Yep, fix that one. Did I even do this one? Yep. I just want to make sure I got them all good. I think I do. This one's a little pointier. It's Old Faithful, it'll always work. But I like how these ones are thicker. This is actually a pretty nice one here. I need to clean up that end, make it a little bit more like this one. Wonder if that'll fit inside there. I bet it will. I'm gonna mess with that later. Okay, oh, and there's my strength. Oh yeah, yeah. Might just swap that over that. I like that with the handle and all. It's actually the same thing as this, but it's got a handle on it, and the bit's a little wider. So the handle just makes it nice. Okay, all right, so we'll go ahead and get this thing set up over in the mill. Here's how these go. Check these out. You just stack them back. You ain't got to do much work at all. You got to get them the right way though, or they won't stick. See, I don't know what that's called either. It's something, I forget what they call that. When two magnets, one side is one side and the other. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. But that's it. They're going right together there, right back in their home. See, these two, they won't meet a certain way. That won't either. All right, there's our patterns. Yeah, they're marked good too. All right, I'm gonna get this set up over there. It's close to lunch. I had some problems with my truck today. I think I got it figured out. Fusible link, I had to pull it out and mess with it. And a couple of the grounds was crappy. Got in to start it, would do nothing. Half of the power in the truck was lost. So that made me believe that it's, you know, one side or the other of where the power is going. So I figured out what side it was and found the fusible link, and it was just real corroded. So I'm gonna probably try to go down in town and buy a new one so I ain't got try to clean that one up. I'm trying to have this problem again. I had to miss work because of it, and I really needed to work today. So, but let me get this set up over here for you guys, and I'll bring you back here shortly. Okay, I got this set up. I called these things mechanics jacks before. They're machinist jacks. I had to correct myself. Anyways, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 done, and it's working out really nice. I mean, it's fitting in there nice and flush. I got it all set up to where I need to be at. I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna flip it to do that last one. But I'm gonna go through the procedure on this one here with you guys, and I'll finish the rest. Well, let me get this other one on here. Make it a little bit stronger. And boy, I gotta just tie these things on my head. Okay. That's that power feed I was telling you guys about. Boy, do I love it. Boy, do I love it. I feel like I'm a machine. And I got this last thing set to where I have to bring the table up. I got it set to 0 up here on the DRO. And then I got, that's got to be flush against the chuck. And then I got a stopper set up here. Let me set this to 0. And each one of the rest areas for the pan head are the same. Okay. Yeah, this won't let me go but so far. I got these stoppers set. I'm probably going a little fast on my speed. Stopping about right there. Check it. Right on the money. All right, like I said, I'm gonna finish up 2 more holes and we'll clean up the back sides, the little burrs, and we'll go test fit it. Be back here in a few. Okay, let's try this for the first time together. See how it all goes here. Boy, I know it's getting hot and humid. I got some cleaning up to do on the edges of this back panel, but I'm going to tighten this up, mark it, and then take it around the belt sander and make it perfectly fit this housing. So we'll start with the middle one here. So far, so good. I don't want to strip these heads out. I just want to take it down to where it's... Well, guys, that worked out very nice. I mean, to the T. All right, so here's what I mean. You guys probably can't see it from there, but there's just a couple little high edges over here and a little bit over on, just a tiny bit on this side. So I'm going to mark it with a marker, take it around the belt grinder and clean it up. This back top is up a little bit, so I'll probably clean it off with the grinder so it's flush to the back panel. And then once we get all that smooth and flush, clean it all up like I said, throw our little bit of mud on the outside here. Oh, we got to drill the holes for the lights. So we'll do that. And one more thing I almost forgot. I have to put a hole somewhere in between these or to the side or whatever to bring in our wire for the lights. I may bring it in over here somewhere. That way it's coming down and then we can just wire them both in. Yeah, that's what we'll probably do. So I'll probably drill this one first. We'll bolt this back up into the cage and then I'll mark the hole and drill it up in there. That way we can fish it through there. I can't forget that. So remind me, you guys, however you got to do that. All right, let me, oh, I didn't show you guys these. At least I don't think I did. There's how I did those washers that we did. I hope that was in camera. I did it the same as anything else that I do, like on the vise and stuff. Welded around it, cleaned it up, and I would just swipe that with my finger with a little bit of mud. We'll sand it smooth. So when we primer that, that'll all look nice. And same with the other side. Now the other side was a little skinnier, like we said. Just a little bit, not much. Maybe half the thickness of that one. I used a bigger washer over here too. So, all right, I'm gonna mark this. Like I said, clean it up, do exactly what I just told you guys, and then I'll bring you back when we're drilling the holes for the fog lights. We'll mount them together, and then I'll probably just drill this hole beforehand, so we ain't got, unless you guys want to watch me drill a hole. So then I'll bring you back as soon as I get to the point of drilling the fog lights. We'll mount them up and get them ready too. All right, you guys, I'm gonna show you what's going on in here. So I got them fitted in there. We went with the same type of bolt where it's you know, flush against the metal. I looked up on my little cabinet and found like a handful of these. I kicked myself in the butt. So they're Allen ones. I may change these out. I think I have enough to do them all. I'll have to see. But anyways, I wanted to show you that. Hang on, I'm gonna remount this camera up on the thing and then we're gonna put the back on it. Yeah, I knew I had some when I looked for them the other day. I was just like, man, where did I put them at? I should have put them in where they belong, in the shelf, in the drawer. I mean, not just laying around anywhere. That's why I didn't find them. So, my fault again. And I don't think it matters that I'm doing that top center one first. I'm just trying to give it a little sequence. Yeah, I think with the Phillips head, you risk stripping them when you tighten them. So I hope I have enough of those Allen ones. If not, I think I might just order some, and because they look nicer. I like the Allen look better. Here we go. I didn't drill the hole yet. I didn't drill that hole yet on the for the wire to feed through. Let's see if we can't take a peek at it now. Looking pretty cool, guys. Really is. I'm excited about it. I'm happy with it. I need to straighten out the lights in it, but I just got them snugged up in there. But I just wanted you guys to see it. So everything's pretty much done. Just that hole in the top for the wires. And then we'll swipe some mud and get this bad boy sanded and primed and painted. Look at that. Pretty cool. This project definitely took longer than I thought. I mean, I don't know what I thought I could fire up the plasma table, cut some steel out, and weld some things together and be done with it. But unfortunately, that's not how it goes when you're trying to make things look cool. I mean, getting that stuff there off the internet and making it right and bringing it over in a program so I can bring it through the metal. All that stuff takes time. Other programs, you got to do certain things, steps, and it just takes time, which I don't have a lot of right now because of my other job, like I keep saying. But I am in the early stages of my, I don't know what they call that, monetizing partnership with YouTube. So, which for right now, there's a new thing, like when you go to my videos down at the bottom where you like it and stuff and the share and all that stuff, there's a new thing there now that says, thanks. So you can click that and it takes you to another little page there. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, like 50 cents, $1, or whatever, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee or contribute to what I'm doing, I'd really appreciate that. This stuff costs a lot of money. So it would be helpful if somebody does want to do that. It's down there now, it's available. Also, there's going to be like a membership thing where you can become a member for a couple dollars a month or whatever. I forget what the things are in there, and you'll get special things. I might do like some shirts. You'll definitely get like a badge by your name. So when you're in the, if you write something in the comments or something like that, you'll have a thing by your name, and you'll get call outs and stuff like that, so people know who has done it, who has not. You know, well, not who has not, but who has done it. You know, who the people are that contribute and help out. You know, that's all. If you can, fine. If not, no biggie. I'm not begging or asking people to do that, but if you feel like you want to buy me a cup of coffee or throw a couple bucks towards the channel, I'd appreciate it. It is helpful. This, like I said, this stuff is pricey. Like I said before, I am going to do a little quick thing at the end of this video as soon as we get this painted and mounted on the table. I just want to give an update. I haven't done anything other than cut stuff on it. I haven't added no water to it. I want you guys to see what's going on inside of it since we've done it. And I'll tell you the exact date that we posted the video and when I did that, so you can kind of get an idea of how long it's been and what's going on with it. But I can tell you it's doing very well. So we'll do that towards the end of this video. Just there's a couple people asking, so I want to let people know, and hopefully and then, you know, if what I was going to do was just do kind of a separate video, I always say a quick video, it always turns out longer, but drain the table, clean it, and go through, you know, what's what, and kind of real quick do something like that. I can tell you that the slat holders, when I had them in the old table, I sandblasted them because they was getting kind of bad. Not rusty, but they just was getting stuff on them. I cleaned them off and sandblasted them. There is some spots on that are having a little bit of like surface rust, but what I'm going to do is re-sandblast them when I drain this table this time, and I'm going to paint them too, just like I did the table, just to protect them, because the slats, they're actually doing okay, and when those go bad, I'm just going to put new ones in it anyway, so who cares about the slats, you know what I mean? But as long as my holders and the table's doing fine, that's really all I care about. But we'll do all that at the end here. So yeah, I just wanted to give you an update real quick of what this thing is looking like and how it's going. Very well. I mean, I'm very happy with it. So like I said, one more hole, we'll drill the hole, and then we'll get the mud on it. So I don't know, it's getting kind of late today, going towards 5 o'clock here, so probably ain't gonna do much more today. Tomorrow we have some stuff planned to do, so probably can't do much tomorrow, but Saturday maybe I'll jump back on it and we'll get this thing at least sanded and primered and ready for paint. And I don't know, Sunday's Father's Day, so we'll see. I want to get this video done so I can get it out, but hopefully if it works out and I have the time, if everything goes quick, I'll definitely post this thing hopefully by this Sunday night, and you guys can get to see it all. So I'll be back with you guys as soon as I can, hopefully tomorrow. Thanks, or I'm sorry, hopefully Saturday. Thank you for everything again, guys. All right, I got this thing set up on one of my weld tables, propped up a little bit. That way we can kind of sand down here a little bit more too. I'm getting ready to wipe it off a little bit. I already did it some the other day over on the weld bench, but I'm just going to hit it some more. Just a little more, ain't gonna hurt it. And like I said, the only place I think I'm going to put mud is on this top part. The rest of it, we'll just primer it and give it a nice little sanding to try to help the fill in any crazy spots or anything like that. I went ahead and put the hole in for to feed the wire through. Yes, I'm pretty clean now with that, so. Okay. All right. I'm going to try to do this in as less times as we can with the mud spreading. It's not, like I said, it's not no showpiece or nothing like that, but I do want to make it to where it's just a little bit smoother than what it is. I'd say a little more adding welds to it, a little more welding and grinding, and some more of that would have also done the trick too, but it's just more time consuming. And this is probably cheaper than wasting, you know, the gas in my welder and my welding wire and electricity. When you add it all up, this is definitely the quicker and cheaper way. As I said before, I really did want to powder coat it, but I just didn't see it fit for the application. There's really no need for it. I need a flatter. This might work. I might have got too small of a board. Maybe not. Okay. We'll clean out our holes and anything else. Main thing is getting this on there so we can give it a nice sand with the 36. And I like to hit, what I'll do is I'll wait until it's just setting up, just starting to, you know, get, I'll try to explain it as I'm doing it. It sometimes feels a little, might have mixed just enough. I want to get some down around these little areas too where we did these washer bolts or washer welds. It's going to be a little tricky there. I'll do that with my finger. Man, I need to get that out of them letters. It's going to be hard to get out of there if I don't get it now. Swiping it around my finger over here just a little bit and then working it out with our spreader. Let's do the same thing here real quick. Trying to hurry. I don't think I put a ton of hardener in it, but sometimes you never know. It's not super hot out yet, but 1 second you'll be putting it on and next minute you're done for. I think we're good. Hang on, a little bit through here. I got my hardener in it. That's okay. Hopefully this will do it. I think it might. I'm going to try to go around and clean up some of our openings so we have less work on them areas. Okay, now let me get something to poke through these. I should have been prepared, right? Get this out of these words real quick. I'll definitely be crying about that. Okay. That ought to get us in the right direction anyways. I always try to clean up as much as I can, and it's less work when it dries up. You don't want to have that stuff hard and you're not able to get into areas and all that stuff. Let me make sure the letters are good. I've got some in the A. Hit those with a little bit of sandpaper. I think we're good. Hopefully I ain't overlooking nothing. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit up for a second and I'll explain to you when I bring you back what stage I have it in, what feeling I'm looking for. I know I've said it before in my couple other videos I've done, but I'll re-explain it. Give me a few and I'll be back shortly. All right guys, quick update. It's been probably not even 3 or 4 minutes, less than 5 minutes. I cleaned up my spreader. All I do is put a little thinner on the rag and wipe it up. Anything I use, I put thinner on it to clean the mud up. It's quicker. But already, and then my board that I spread it on, I usually fill it. When it starts to get hard on that, then I'll come over to the subject, whatever I put mud on, and I'll start to, fill on it. I'm just cleaning the fronts here. Just less work. Same thing, just less work. When we start seeing it here in a minute. But anyways, I start to feel it, and it'll start to get like a little warmness to it, and it'll start to get less tackier. When it gets less tackier and the warmness is still there, then I'll get my the DA that pretty much rips it off pretty good. And I got some 36 or 40 on there. I can't remember which one it was. I don't say it. This is a cheaper brand of paper. I think I ordered it on Amazon or somewhere. It's really cheap stuff. 36. Yeah, 36. But basically that's about it. I'll feel it here. Soon it feels. And then once we start sanding it, you'll see if it's taking it off and it's not gumming up the paper a bunch, you caught it at a perfect time. If it's gumming the paper up a bunch, like this stuff sticking in the paper too much, stop and give it a minute and keep touching it. And then you can take your blowgun and blow out your paper to get that, whatever was clogged, from getting it clogged from the mud. So we'll try it here in a second. It's getting close. Trying to keep my hand clean, because if I touch it with mud on it, you can't tell the stickiness. It's actually too sticky if you still have a little bit of mud on your hand. Let's give it a little rip and see what it does. It's clogging just a little bit, but it's going. I'm not trying to take it off. I'm just trying to shape with this. Then when we hit it with that other DA, it'll be nice. Less stuff to take off. That's about it right there. The rest of it we'll do with the 80 once it's fully dry. And the side, I threw that one away. Daggone it. Clean off our washer. Kind of hard. I don't have much room here. I think we can shape the rest of that by hand and with the DA. I just wanted to get it down just a little bit. That should be good. Our primer is going to be a filler too. Don't forget about that. So it already feels like a decently even surface right now. I'm doing the same over here. Okay. We'll let this sit up. And then as soon as it's ready for the 80, I'll bring you guys back. All right, so up until this point, I've re-swiped from here down on both sides just a little bit. Like I said, it's something that's not going to be seen really, but I just did it because I'm at this stage, you know what I mean? So, and all I done was I swiped it. I let this, you know, the tackiness part happen again. I put my 36 on my block this time, and I kind of just blended it in with the mud that was there that I already sanded. I sanded the first coat down with the 80 DA, and then I blocked it a little bit just to get it somewhat smooth. And then I re-swiped these corners, and then I waited for the tackiness, and I hit them again. If you want to go kind of see what's going on with my stages on how I do the mud work and stuff, that F250 I put the rockers and cab corners and stuff on. That's got some good information on it for you. But for this thing, we're trying to get it done. And like I said, the video is already going overboard. I wanted it to be a lot faster than this, and it didn't. So I'm trying not to waste too much time with filming a bunch of this. So now what I'm going to do is it's almost ready. I'm going to go back over it with 80 real quick. Clean my holes up, all the holes and all the edges and everything. Just go back around it, re-wipe it all down nice, and we'll get some primer out, and we'll shoot all this, our back lid door, and everything. We're just going to go ahead and prime it all real nice. And then when that dries, we'll go back over and just sand areas, you know what I mean, to take out some of our scuff marks and stuff like that, and shoot our orange on it. So give me a few, I'll bring you back when I'm that far, when I'm getting ready to primer, and we'll go ahead and do some primer on video too. So, but that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna 80 these down a little bit with the block, just a little bit, not much. Like I said, the bar, you're only gonna see this much on each side when we bolt it up to the thing. So you're not gonna tell if it's wavy or crappy or any of that. I just wanted it to be a smoother surface in my mind, you know, so it's not gonna bother me all the time saying, man, I wish I'd have mudded that up there. Even though you don't see it, it's just one of them conscious things, you know what I mean? So really we didn't have to even go this far with it, but I just wanted to. Like now on the vise when we do it, we're gonna go back and clean that nice before we even get primer on it, because it's gonna be visible everywhere. So we want it to look good, and you know, we want it to look its best. That's the whole purpose of that, building that whole nice vise. You know, it's a nice piece there. So, but anyways, I'll get that far. I'll bring you back when we're getting ready to put the primer on it. All right, guys. I couldn't really spray this because it would have oversprayed over all this my camera stuff. So here's what we're looking like. But if you guys want to watch that, how I mix it, how I do that primer stuff, it's in that where I put them rocker panels, the same one, but it's looking good. I went ahead and just sprayed right over the 80 marks, because I'm just going to 180 this thing and shoot it with the orange. So and that's pretty thick. I put 3 coats of that heavy on there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to spray the inside of that inside here black, and I'm going to spray the back side of that thing black. And then what we'll do is tomorrow we'll tape off the edges and all the stuff where the lights and stuff go, so nothing comes through with the orange. We'll bolt it together, and then we'll spray the orange. So we'll have a black inside as well, because I primed it in there too, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and spray that black real quick. Like I said, I don't want no overspray on my equipment. I'm not set up today to do it like I had before. I don't have my little cover to put my GoPro in. It broke, so I got to get another one. But anyhow, I'll do that, bring you guys back, and then show you what it looks like. Give me a few. All right, I went ahead and guide coated the outside. That's the outside back. That's the front of the panel thing, and 2 coats of the black on the inside of it, of the cover. and inside of the housing here. I didn't even clean none of the weld splatter. If you look in there, you're never going to see it. So that's what I was telling you. Inside here doesn't matter. We're mounting our lights in there, electrical, and putting the panel on it, and that's the end of it. So, but it's coated black, so it's a dark inside there. You know what I mean? And once again, here's the paint I used on it. That Fusion 5-time stronger adhesion. I love this stuff. It's a satin black Krylon, and it's great. It dries quick, and I went right over that primer. I didn't sand it or nothing. I let it just tack up on my last coat, which was the third coat of primer, and I just painted it and guide coated it right over that. So what you see is what I just did, and it all looks really good. I mean, that's going to look sweet. Look around them washer things that we welded. When I sand that smooth, that's going to look really good, really good. I'm glad I decided to weld it to it instead of trying to fish it in between, you know what I mean? Trying to push the washer in there and trying to feed the bolt. That's such a pain in the butt. So there's that. I'm gonna let this dry real good till tomorrow. Tomorrow's Father's Day. We'll see how that goes. If I have a little time, I'll come out and I'll scuff this. You know, I'll sand it and I'll spray it orange, and then we'll let that set up. So that way, the next day I get is gonna probably be during the week. Monday or Tuesday or something, we'll bolt it up and wire it. By the way, I don't know if I said that before, but I put the extra hole in it for the wiring. So what I'm gonna do before I sand this, sorry, you guys didn't even see it, right there's the hole. So what I'm gonna do is bolt this up tomorrow morning, or tomorrow when I get out here, and just real quick, a couple bolts, snug it, and make my mark for that hole, and then I'm gonna drop it back down and cut my hole out. So while the orange is drying and all that stuff's going on, I can fish my wire out of there and get it prepared so we can you know, have it ready to go through the housing. We're bolting it for the final time. So, but I'll bring you back tomorrow when all that's going on. Thanks again, guys. All right, guys, so I got some 180 on the DA, 180 on the block. I'm only taking it to where the guide coat's gone, and that's it. Just enough to get rid of the imperfections. I'm only gonna do a little bit of this on camera because yesterday I had the fan on and I thought I was doing well with the way I did it, but I had overspray on everything. I just been wiping for the past 45 minutes trying to get stuff off of all my equipment, my tripods, so I about ruined them. I got stuff in my paint booth, so I couldn't paint it in there, so I need to get rid of that stuff. It belongs to other people, and I just keep having to move it around from place to place just to use my facility, you know, so I got to get people to come pick up stuff here. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I'm doing real quick. Just to where and I'm just keeping this flat. As soon as that black goes away, that's it. No more, no less. I'm getting rid of the imperfections, that's it. It'll give us a nice finish when we paint it. And I don't know if you remember, but this piece here had some serious, like, you know, marks in it. They're down here, but you can see them, they just go right up. If you put enough primer down, put enough material down, you can get rid of stuff like that pretty easy. And we just did right here. There's a little chip right here. We'll have to try to feather that out. If not, it's going to stay in there. I'm not too concerned about it. I got some glaze. I may try to put a little piece of glaze over it. I may do that. Like I said, I'm going overboard with this. I shouldn't be. Just a light holder, but we do want it to look good. And that's it. That's all of it. This is why I hate body work. It is so messy. But anyways, that feels really nice. It looks real nice. I'm gonna go around, hit my edges with a little bit of paper, and inside of these little holes with like a little bit of like a Scotch-Brite pad. I may try to find my glaze and put a little bit over that. We'll see. It's just a little chip there, but that's what I'm gonna do real quick. And then the backs are already black. We just gotta clean them off. I'll finish doing this. I'll bolt them together. Well, first I'll mask off the areas from the back side. So nothing goes through, and then I'll bolt it together and we'll spray the outside and let this bad boy dry up. So let me finish sanding this and I'll bring you back here in a few. All right, guys, got her taped off inside and out, ready to roll, sanded. I got some regular old Windex here. That's all I ever clean with. Got the blow gun ready. I'm gonna clean this, and then I'm gonna definitely paint it off camera. I'm just doing all kinds of damage with this overspray and dirt and stuff. I gotta figure something out. I gotta get like my case that I had was good, but it won't work on my phone. I need to get like a cheap cell phone cover. Oh man, a cheap cell phone cover that covers it all the way up. That'll fit in that gimbal. So until then, I can't really paint nothing. Not like that. Or sand any more Bondo stuff, or it's just really bad on it. I mean, and the welding, man, I got like splatter on the back of that phone. it ain't coming off. That's it. I live with that until I get another phone. And that phone was in great shape until I did that. Try to get some of that dirt out of here. And when I get my paint booth back together where I can use it, it ain't gonna be so bad. All right, my favorite part. I have to show you guys the other one I made. It's pretty cool. It's like the ones that you see, a V one, but it's made out of 3D print. It works great too. I want to get a better strap system than this. That way I ain't got to use a wrench all the time. Oh, and by the way, guys, I haven't tried to test this stuff on anything. Pretty smart of me. So I hope it at least comes close to the Mower color. They say it does. We'll see. I'm gonna start the first thing here, and then I'm gonna shut that off and move it. Sorry, but gotta be that way. Oh, I'm gonna get my thing on here. Check this thing out. It just, you just squeeze it, put it right around the, that's it. Pretty cool little thing. And just squeeze your trigger. I'm gonna put a light coat down and then come back and go a little heavier. I got 2 cans, so I'm at a little distance here. Just try to get it like a tack coat down. I'm trying to see if I can see any overspray, but that's just it. You can't see it until it's too late. So I'd like for you guys to sit here and watch this, but no, it's coming back in. I can see it now. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut this off and take it away over there. Be back. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you where we're at here. So this is 1 dust coat and 3 full wet coats, and we're still needing more. So, and it says that I can't coat this until like 4 or 5 hours in between coats, which is totally ridiculous. That means this thing's gonna take forever to dry. Couple spots where the primer went through and it was a little darker, like this side and that side, it's taken a ton to cover up. And on the back panel here, you guys can't really see it, but down on that right corner, right in this area here, there's a little dark spot there, but it's hard to see, but it does need more. And then that side down at the bottom there, but that's why they tell you when any reds or oranges, when you paint, like even on a car paint, it just covers like crap. But it's the most expensive, if that makes any sense. It's crazy. So we're to this point. I'm gonna let it dry for a while. It's looking good, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry for a while, and then I'll try to get another coat on it today and maybe one more tomorrow. I don't want to get it outside and see dark spots, you know what I mean? So I want to cover it nice. We do have a full can left and about 1/4 of a can there. I did pull the wires out of the cage, so we're ready there once we get that thing on here. I messed up. I wanted to put the part up here while it was in primer and drill my hole for the wire, but that's all right. But here's our wire. We'll get it up there, drill it, and then we'll fish a wire down from up there, bring it down this way, and then we'll tape it to the end of these and pull these back up through there. So it's about there. This just goes to show you how much time this stuff takes, you know. You can't rush the painting, you can't rush this or that. So, but I'll bring you guys back when that thing is done and dry and we're ready to bolt it to that. To you guys, it'll be the very next clip. To me, it's going to be about 2 more days, so, which sucks. But anyway, that's the game plan, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as the paint's ready and dry. Like I said, there's no rushing that stuff. It must be like a real, like an enamel base that's got a slow hardener, slow drying hardener in it. So, which is good in the long run because it kind of cures better and it's more durable. That's why that tractor paint, they say, is more stronger. It's so tacky and overspray, but like I said, when it fully cures, it's a very good durability to it. So that's why I went with it. But it's in the match. Oh yeah, I took the little foot pedal off my mower, and I think it's pretty dead on. So whoever figured that one out did a good job. I just read it somewhere on a forum that to get this color code, the Alice Chamberlain. I don't know what the tractor's car, but they said it's pretty dead on, and it is. I mean, it really is. So, but that's what we're at. I'm gonna coat that one more time today. Tomorrow, the next day, I'll get another coat on it, and then the following, after it's fully dry, it says 24 to 48. So hopefully, I think I'm going to try to get it out in the sun, let it bake a while, bring it back in, let it cool a while. It kind of pushes the solvents to come out quicker. So hopefully that works out. But anyways, bring you guys back soon as we're to the next part. Thanks again. All right, guys, we got her on there. Nothing's tight up there. I just kind of got it in there because I wired them. But I mean, overall, the orange, this mower's 4 or 5 years old, so the sun has got to it, you know, at times. So of course that's going to be a little brighter, but when I put that pedal up to it, it looked really good. So, and from a distance, I mean, it matches and blends right in, you know what I mean? So I think that's a good little touch-up paint there. Everything turned out great. I mean, let me show you in the back here, and then we'll cut them on. I wired them in. I fished the wire up through the thing with the fish. I just did it off camera because it's pretty basic stuff. But I'm gonna tidy that up, the wire, and I might 3D print something where I can clip them to something. And I still gotta tighten all that stuff up, the hardware. It's all loose. But it all fit nice. I think you guys did see it, the inside being black there. But it all looks good. It's got a nice little tape line around it. When the cover's on it, it all looks great. Let me cut these on real quick. Okay, so I put this in originally, and it says LED light bar or whatever. So when you push down, it lights them up. So I got two. There's two down there. Those are the originals, and the other two were up there where it used to be at, where you guys know. But they're nice and bright, man. They really are. And if you look, like I said, I can adjust that. Right now it's kind of going, I mean, here's just the one side. I can go up with it. I can go more down with it. It's hard to do with one hand. Plus, oh yeah, I got a couple of these tight, or just snug. So anyways, they can go up and down a certain amount, and it does make it nice, where I got some kind of adjustability out of it. I'm glad I thought about that and didn't just mount them, you know, to where they'd be one position. So, but it turned out great. I'm going to probably end the video here. All I got to do is just put that back panel on it. I'm sure you guys are going to see the mower in other videos. I'll bring it up. You know, I'll show you guys in another video. I'll just kind of show it to you all put together. For those of you that are loyal watchers, I'll definitely show you guys. But yeah, it's turned out super nice. I'm really pleased with it. A lot of work, lots of work. I didn't expect that, but I mean, it shows it did turn out great. It really did. Once again, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching, liking, sharing, all that stuff. The channel's growing. It's slowed back down a little bit, but hopefully here real soon it picks back up again so I can hit that mark. But yeah, you guys that have been doing what you've been doing for me, thank you so much again. I'm getting ready to jump back on the Vice video so we can get that thing knocked out. I'm definitely getting the stuff cleaned out of the paint booth so we can paint it in there, because I got overspray. Gee, I mean, from the primer to that, just those spray cans, and I even had the fan trying to suck it out, but it's over everything. So I got to clean, and luckily stuff is dusty in here and it's just on top of the dust, so I can just blow it and wipe it and it comes right off. But if it wasn't that, it'd be stuck to a lot of stuff in here, which it probably still is on some things. But yeah, until the next one, guys, I'll see you on the Vice build, on the last Vice build. Thank you so much again. All right, I thought about it, guys. I ain't gonna shortchange you, so let's finish it up. I was gonna do it in another video, but let's just do it. So here I'm wrapping this speaker wire with some of this wire loom stuff. It's a pain in the rear, but because you got to wrap it like that. Unless you guys know a better way to do it, put it down in the comments. This is the way I always done it, but just kind of wrap it up, and then I'm not gonna bore you with it. I just want to show you. I got some smaller stuff for that one, and then I got some. That's 6mm, this is 10mm for the stuff that's doubled up. So we'll use the thicker stuff here and on that one, and then the rest will be 6. So let me button that up, and then these are already tight. I tightened these up. Everything's tight. It's all adjusted nice, and all we gotta do is just this, kind of tuck it a little bit and put the back cover on it, and this will be final. So give me a few. I'm gonna do this real quick so I ain't boring you guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, here's what that looks like in there. Whoops, that was a zoom if I ever seen one. So basically, just cleans it up, makes it dark in there so we don't see no wires from the you know, the logo or around the lights. So that's all that was for. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab that panel real quick. Hold on a second. All right, guys, I am gonna put a little bit of the blue thread lock on here, just a little, just so they don't come loose on us. I believe that'll be a good thing. I should have put this cage down. I'm probably scratching it up and everything else. Not like it ain't gonna get scratched, but whoa, can't take that. Yeah, I'm getting thread locker on the paint and everything. Well, let's get them started all, and then we'll. I ain't decided if I'm gonna clean this orange off of these heads, these bolts or not yet. I don't know if I am or not. I guess we'll kind of see in the future. Probably not, probably won't mess with it, because like I said, it's just a lawnmower light panel, you know what I mean? But we do want stuff to look good and last good, and so who knows? As much as I changed my mind, you guys already know that. 1 minute I'm not showing you this, 1 minute I am. 1 minute I'm painting something, 1 minute I'm powder coating it, back and forth. It just, plans change as you're going, especially if you don't have a game plan from the get-go. And normally I don't. I mean, for the most part, I do, but I don't. Meaning, I kind of build it as I go. Add this, add that, change this, change that. You know what I mean? It ain't like I focus strongly on certain things. I can change something a couple of times. You know what I mean? Let's get these in, and then I got the right screwdriver for that. Okay. Oh yeah. As long as this paint don't break and stays like it is right now, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. This is supposed to be some really durable paint, so we'll see how it goes. It does still feel a little not fully dried. And I know I said I was going to clear it, but I want to see how this is going to be without the clear, because we are clearing the vise, because I'm going to use the same type of paint on the vise. But there we go, guys. Hang on, let's go back around it one more time and fire the lights up. This time with the lights off. Hold on a second. All right, let's see what these look like. Lights off. Or should we say lights on? Here we go. Heck yeah. I guess the test would be at night, outside, you know. But there's the bad boy with his lights on there, all working again. He's back in the happy stages. He was upset with me. I was neglecting him a little bit, so he was getting upset. I had to do something about that. All right, let's take one more look with the light on. Man, I really do like how it turned out. Hey, let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I really do like how that turned out. It looks super cool. But I mean, if you look, the oranges do look good together. You know what I mean? So whoever tried that, whatever form I seen that on, they did a good match. Really good match. Here's the bad boy. All right, guys, I'm gonna button this video up. We're done with it. I wanted you guys just to go through that with me, since you've been there from start to finish anyways. So I wanted to give it a finish with you. So why shortchange you, right? All right, guys, see you on the vise build, which is going to be real soon. That thing's pretty bad to the bone too. I know you guys have been seeing it, and especially this video on the welding table and stuff. It's sweet, man. It's a solid tank. I even used it actually on this build here. I had to put something in the vise. I can't remember what it was, so I locked it in there real quick. When I made the curves for the curvy parts there and over there, I put it in the vise, and I had to cut them to length. So got to use the vise before it was even painted and done. All right, enough jabbering. See you guys in the vise build. Thanks again, guys. All right, guys, here's this little, I want to tell you about how this is all working out. So everything is going, this is what, I haven't touched anything. If you watch the video on this, on the build for this, the lawnmower lights, I use a table for that. We cut out the plate for the bottom, the swivel base, that top plate there. We cut that out on there. And here's where if you can see back there, the water was up to the bottom of that rubber, the edging. So it's dropped down a good ½ inch. So, but that's expected for evaporation. The only rust I have is right here. These things I sandblasted in my old table, and it just comes right off. It's just surface. It's just surface. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting ready to drain this water before we do our next project, and then I'm going to paint these as well with the same paint as that. And the rest of it, the bottom of this table, it's just all loose stuff in here. I'm going to take it all out of there and clean it. I'll try to get some like pictures, and I'll maybe post them in the comments or something just to show you guys. But it's just pushing right off in here. All the little, the slag stuff. It's going right down to I can feel the smoothness of the paint in there. So it's coming right off. Nothing's stuck. Nothing is, like burned through or nothing. So like I said, I'm going to clean this out, paint these before we go with the next project, and fill it back up to the correct level, because right now I wouldn't use it the way it is because it doesn't have enough water in it. I would definitely top it off. As far as the slats go, I'm not concerned about them one bit, them rusting a little bit here and there, because when those go bad, I'm just going to get new ones anyhow. So that's the update, man. Everything's working well. For those of you that want to know, This is the, if you watch the video, you'll see me cutting in it, and this is the part here where it ain't been touched. Here's what it is. So you guys can see it for yourself. It's working great, just so you know that. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment in the comments below, and I'll tell you whatever I can to try to help you guys out. There is another table that somebody's building out there. I cannot think of the name of it, but they're, I think, orange and black, but they're doing the same thing. I just seen this like last night, I think it was. They're making the tables out of steel, full piece, full tables, and they're painting them just like this, or they're either that or they're powder coating them, one of the two. So they're not stainless. So you guys, this is being done already, and I had no idea about that. I just seen that last night, like I said. So powder coating definitely be the way, but it's just, that's a lot, man. That's a big piece there. You have to take it into a guy that's going to have an oven big enough. The paint's working just fine. Like I said, if you scratch it or do something dumb to it, take your can, touch it up, you're done with it. Why pay $300 or whatever it's going to cost you to get that table powder coated, and now you're back into the not saving the money no more? You know what I mean? So this is working fine, trust me. And I'll even show you guys later on, 6 months down the road, I don't care what it is, I'll show you how it's going. I'm not afraid to tell you, because I want you guys to do it as well and save yourself some money. So it's working great. So that's that. Like I said, shoot me a comment if you need any more, and if you need any more info. Thanks, guys.